think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hi all, I've been doing a lot of Stormworks recently, and I wanted to make some content for this dead channel, so why not milk some videos? Here we go. It was after May 19th, Roblox's publishing requirements went into effect, and I couldn't update any games, I couldn't make anything with friends anymore. So, well, I was like, okay, well, I have Stormworks to fall back on for a little bit, so yeah, here I am. But then I was like, well, what can I make in Stormworks I can release onto the workshop? And of course it had to be a train. Because what else would it ever be? So I chose the Bousquet thing because the wheels on it were close together, and on Stormworks you can't really separate the wheels on trains. I don't know why. But yeah, I was like, okay, well, why not? So I started. Day 1, 3 days after Apocalypse. I was like trying to get the basic articulation down, and I wasn't sure if the bogies swivel on the body with the water tanks. I didn't even know how the water tank swiveled. It was kind of complicated. I didn't know if like they swiveled at the boiler or if they just swiveled on each other or something. I don't even know. I was looking at YouTube videos for hours. But eventually I did kind of recognize that the water tank in the first truck are one thing, and then the boiler in the cab are another thing, and then the back bogie is another thing, which is a weird way of doing it, but cool. So F2 is my keybind to start recording, but I decided to start doing video logs for this project. This is the Bousquet Locomotive, built by, I don't know, Garrison, or Garrel, Bousquet, or whatever. It's a mare. What prompted me to start recording was something extremely funny. Good. Let's just monitor the boiler right here. See, I can just go into here and then. Alright. So that wasn't funny. That wasn't really the funny part. That heats up extremely fast. Wow. Oh my god. So that heated up in like 5 seconds. Oh god. Why did my computer crash? Oh, Stormworks crashed. That. Wow. Okay. Stormworks crashed. Stormworks just crashed. Okay, I'm so happy I have video of that. Wow. I also saved it, so thank God I did that too. I might need to minimize some of the flow, shall we say? Or I need to add a fluid valve. But I'll add a valve. That was I've never seen that happen. Oh wow. Might even be slowing down, I'm gonna be honest. I ran out of coal, that's why it's stopping. Try to turn the reverser and then. How fast does it actually consume coal? That's fast. So you can tell I had a bit of a problem here. Fortunately, I made a steam engine in the past, and I have a furnace control unit microcontroller, and that just kind of solved all my problems for the most part regarding insane speed and steam flow of thousands of liters. May 24th, big day, and I'll talk about it tomorrow because I'm editing this and it's like past midnight on a school night, and this is just a terrible habit of building. Okay, it's 2 days later, I'm refreshed, we're good. So one of the major issues was that this engine is a compound where the steam goes to the high pressure cylinders in the rear, and then they go to the low pressure cylinders because they're expanded steam or whatever, and then they get exhausted. And I found a primary source from the engineer Bousquet himself, saying, oh, it's a simple. But I think he meant like, oh, it operated as a simple under specific conditions. But that confused me while I was building this. I was like, oh, it's just a simple. But I already made it as a compound. Or, yeah. So then I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just keep it as a compound, which was good. But that's kind of a major debate of today. And I kind of started the cab interior work, I think. And I kind of decorated the engine a little bit. I made it more recognizable and filled on the outside. You can see like the boilers all filled in, and I added a little bit of detail in the front. And I guess today was kind of split up into two sections, one in the morning and early afternoon, and then the late afternoon to evening. And by the evening, I had everything colored up in like a basic sense, and that was kind of cool. I kind of got this to work a lot more reasonably and not have thousands of liters of steam flow per second. And yeah, I was happy. Working reasonably well. Which makes me very, very happy. So, day 4, I started by taking a lot of cool photos, which will be shown now. But, I started looking into maybe making this model a little bit more accurate in the way that it physically operates, like articulation and stuff. So, I was looking at the journal from earlier that the Big Man Bousquet featured in, and it said that the front bogie is actually connected to the rear bogie only, and it doesn't actually connect to the boiler. So I was looking at one of the diagrams, and turns out there was suspension on the side of the boiler, not on the boiler itself, but under it, and that kept it in center. So I was like, okay, how could I simulate that in Stormworks? And I shut up Gmail, and I just literally put suspension on the side of the boiler, and it kind of worked, but sometimes it wouldn't stay aligned. The right side suspension would kind of slip off, and that would just render the entire thing kind of useless. And also, it didn't want to go around corners very well. I guess it might still be kind of an issue now, but it was a lot more buggy, and it was a lot more stubborn with the suspension system. So I kind of reverted back to the pivoting on the boiler. The way I articulated it on the bogie, like bogie to bogie, was that I put a little magnet on a railing because I had to kind of slide the magnet out. I couldn't have the magnet start at the distance I wanted them to be at. I had to move one of the magnets in, and I did that, and it kind of worked for the articulation part of it, but as I said earlier, just didn't want to go around corners, so I didn't go through it with it. Alright, I'm not good at speaking that cohesively, so I'm just going to kind of go through quickly. I skipped a few days, and I picked back up on June 1st, briefly, and then I kind of picked it back up the next day, and I did a lot of painting this day. I also added a functional smoke box door, which you'll see now. It was just made by pressing a button, and having that convert a numerical signal to a on and off signal through a numerical inverter? I forgot what it was. And I made smoke box interior as well. And I also finished the cab interior officially. Detailed a lot on the outside over time. You can see the top of the boiler stuff, like the, I think what are air tanks and hand railing. Hand railing is definitely not a word, but yeah, I did a lot of just outside decoration and inside decoration, which rounded up the model pretty well. June 4th, final day. So I kind of finished off the model by doing a lot of riveting, and that took me a little bit. It wasn't too bad. It was a lot of just like consulting the diagrams and trying to eyeball where the rivets could possibly go, but I developed a pattern after a bit, and everything kind of went well. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and all these screenshots are me trying to take some shots for the Steam Workshop, which the link will be in the description, of course, because I'm advertising this entire model. That's kind of the point of this video, but also just to have content for the channel. It's not perfect. it's not professional. It's not that great, but I thought it looked pretty and it worked decent enough to show to the public. So I hope people kind of enjoy this. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with the model, and I want to do some more Stormworks stuff in the future. And I have been kind of. So I've been learning modular engines recently, so that might be some fun projects in the future as well. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you. What? Yeah, baby! Hell yeah! Oh, I missed. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, I missed. Oh.